Welcome back to GK Productions Disc Golf World. My name is Luke Humphries, and you are watching the Disc Golf Pro Tours Match Play Championship here from Hellertown, Pennsylvania. We are at the Steel Club, and that is a traditional ball golf course that has a bunch of history, a bunch of lore behind it, and it's cool that we're getting to play here today. We've got a fantastic card for you guys. This is a match play format, so we have two groups going off. Paige Pierce is going to be playing Sarah Hokom, and Missy Gannon is going to be playing Hailey King. That's all they need to worry about is just what their other opponent is doing. Like I said, match play, it's basically broken down into each individual hole. You can only get one stroke or point or whatever it is per hole. You can't gather more than that. You can't lose more than that. So these ladies are trying to play against each other based on solely just the hole. And moving on from there, it requires hitting a bunch of fairways, hitting a bunch of greens, putting the pressure on your opponent. Here we are with Seth Finley. Introducing Paige. She is the #1 seed in this tournament, so she'll lead us off. That's perfectly placed from her. That's only about 90 feet away from the basket. It's going to be one of the things to note specifically in this match is how Paige's distance is going to outweigh Sarah's. She'll choose to go forehand off of most of these tee boxes and be well back from Paige.
Our second matchup features your 3rd seed, Missy Gannon, versus your 4th seed and reigning DGPT champion, Hailey King. Team first, Missy Gannon.
This is a very interesting match. Missy Gannon, one of the best putters in the FPO division. Hailey King, pretty all-around good game, and like he said, defending Pro Tour champion. She won $20,000 for that last year. Not afraid to take down a tournament for some big cash. These ladies are playing for a $10,000 first prize. Oh yeah. Good shot from her. She settles pretty close to that OB line, but in view of the basket now, that'll be the best line. This isn't the easiest of forehand approaches. She'll have to take it over the out-of-bounds bunker and make sure she doesn't go long OB. That was well done from her. Puts the pressure back on her opponent. Luckily, Paige is way up there, so she should have no problem putting herself in a similar position. That's a nice upshot from Missy. A little loose from Hailey. I don't know if she was thinking give that one a bid or what, but she's still got a little meat on the bone. Paige just a jump putt approach. And puts the pressure back on Sarah. Just got to hit that 16, 18-footer there. Does that. She's been doing it really well. Played great in a couple tournaments of late. And that putting stroke is continuing. Hailey, no problem there. By the looks of it, both of these groups will have the hole and remain all square. As you see, our scoring bottom there says all square. One of the match play terms that we're using from many years of the PGA and the ball golf playing the match play as we head into hole 2. Demanding tee shot right off the bat. Hole 1, you had some space. You could kind of miss your line and still be perfect. This is not the case here. Drone is flying over the optimal landing zone. This is a par 5 for these ladies, so After that first drive, you either lay up to somewhere around here, or you go for the green and carry the out of bounds, bringing in not just that, but out of bounds right, left, and long of this basket. We'll see how aggressive they want to get off the tee. And we saw Missy in this tall grass yesterday. Very tricky to play out of. Your footing is unsure and it's sloped. So we'll see what she has left there. This is a more stable disc. Has the exact line a little bit low so she doesn't get all the way up into the flat. That's going to cost her an uphill run up, it looks like. Difference between going for it and laying up. Wow. 2 days in a row. Absolutely blasted it out that entrance and put herself in perfect position. Needless to say, one of the hardest tee shots on the course for Sarah as she's throwing the forehand. Looked good, but I think it dove in a bit short left. Hailey opting for a layup. Green flags from 3 different spotters. And that's what Sarah was left with, but plays it well if it doesn't roll. And the trio gives her a green as well. Okay, this, not a terrible lie from Missy. Looking for just a layup somewhere on that road. Don't do what you're doing. Curl up. Ooh. And I don't think there's a ton she could have done better than that. Really just came down to an unlucky kick and roll there, so. Hailey King now doesn't need to do too much. A couple of safe shots and she can win this hole. Now that Missy has gone out of bounds, Missy's forced to play really aggressively here. So I'm guessing she's throwing something at the green. She's trying to get herself into circle 2. That's a bit short of it. 75 feet is what I'd estimate that one at. She'll have a long bid, but not the one she wanted. Good shot from Sarah. Looks like she stays in the short grass. Should be very manageable from there. 317 standstill forehand from Hailey up onto the green. That's well played from her. This is the only green that's going to play inbounds today. We're going to encounter a few of them. The rest of them will play out of bounds. There's just enough going on by this basket that the green being OB would have been a little bit too much as we see Paige slide up to circle's edge.
Don't look at me. Here, come.
And if that's an out of bounds bunker,
You know, I'll call it. It's out.
all right, you heard it right there. Sarah Hokom unfortunately out of bounds there. Forced to give it a run. And Paige Pierce looks to be picking up a 1-up lead here. I'm guessing there was some discussion there that we missed. Sarah trying to plead her case. It did look like there was some grass possibly touching her disc, but that's all semantics at this point. As we see Missy go out of bounds, that's twice now. So if Hailey can get this close, I'm sure that Missy will concede her the hole and the lead. there we see Sarah Hokom giving Paige Pierce her putt. And Hailey's putt being given as well. So 2 lead changes going on hole 2 as we head into hole 3 at par 4. Somewhere around these trees or even past them would be an ideal place to land and approach into this very left to right sloped green. Pretty straightforward hole. Power definitely going to help these players if they can get past the trees. Not having to worry about them in that approach would be good. Paige throwing at the tree. She'll need to sneak right in front of it. Does that perfectly. Thanks to Bushnell, we know that was over 400 feet there. Paige consistently throwing it well past 400. That's a great looking shot from Sarah, getting that thing to drift left for a long time. She was up closer to the trees yesterday. A little bit further back means a little bit more uphill and a different angle with those trees. See what she can manage. That's a beautiful shot from Hailey. She likes throwing a little more stable plastic than Paige, I think. She releases it with a little more anhyzer, lets the disc flex out. Just a couple ways to get it done. I like this from Missy. Great shot from her. Controlled her height really well. Spun the disc beautifully so it floated straight through. Lots of glide there. And what is Sarah left with? Well, that looks pretty good. A little high up. Leaves her edge of circle 2. Something around 60 or 70 feet. That's a tough one to bid at, as it's very downhill from there, but we'll see if she feels like she needs to. Wow, great shot from Missy. Very similar to what she did yesterday. I think used the same disc there to approach. Beautifully done from her into circle 1. Yeah, that flexes out late. Gets her right about a 20-foot putt for her birdie. Good play from Hailey. Keeping the pressure on Missy. We'll see if Paige can dial this one in. Threw it a bit long yesterday. Kind of similar to today. Looks like that thing just flipped up. Okay. Possibly a little tree branch love there. And Sarah basically knows she has to hit this putt now that Paige is right there by the basket. Gives it a very good run. Sometimes as disc golfers, we're not used to running baskets from links that match play often requires us to. If your opponent's parked, there's no reason for you to worry about what happens after this stroke. Couple missed putts from these ladies. Gusty winds are typical on this green as you see the trees, the leaves all moving around a little bit. Sarah Hokom looking like Dirk Nowitzki, dropping him in from the top there. Beautifully done from her. Paige now to win the hole. Just kind of an uncommitted putt, it looked like, which is one thing that Paige is so good at. Once she does her little flip above her head, she almost always fully commits into that putt. That's something that anybody at home can learn from. And that one was not typical. So Sarah Hokom, the tie is good enough. That's what's good about a little soft bid. Heading into hole 4, par 3, 350. It's going to be a righty backhand hyzer. discs are going to have to heavily hyzer on this hole. I can't emphasize the hyzer enough. Anything straight like this or low, it's just going to not work left. And Hailey parked this hole yesterday, so she does know how, but not able to fully commit to the height and angle on that one. Looks like the wind's definitely playing a part in this round right now. Really good shot from Missy. Snuggles up right about 35, 40 feet. She is deadly from that range. And right there next to her is Paige Pierce. Looked like Paige caught some leaves on the entry out of that teeing ground, but didn't affect the distance very much. Sarah, a little more Anheuser angle than she wanted. She's out over there by Hailey. So, advantage Paige and Missy in this one. Looks like just a layup. Sarah is satisfied to tell Paige, fine, hit your putt. If you can do it, you can do it. It's looking at out of bounds, though, so. Good bid from Hailey. All right. Just outside circle one, I'm going to call this. Okay, right before Paige is about to release that disc, she slips. Oh, focuses back up and drains the putt. So good from her. That's the full commit that Paige is known for. What makes her so deadly? She picks her spot. She doesn't think about any outcome other than making it. Oh my gosh, this lady, just as good. Thank you, GK, for getting these things in slow-mo. Both of them high in the chains, confident putts. I mean, that's out of bounds directly behind that basket. Either of those discs don't catch metal. They're both out of bounds. Neither of those ladies even thought about it. And that's what's gotten them here to the semifinals of the Disc Golf Pro Tour match play. As we head into hole 5, guys, I want to thank the Disc Barn for sponsoring this drone coverage. Go check them out at thediscbarn.com if you're looking for in-stock discs. They've got free shipping on any orders over $75. Thank you, Disc Barn. Tricky entry into this green that we see here. Most shots are going to land at the base. Leave yourself with a 30 to 40 foot very uphill putt. But we've seen Paige, I believe we've seen her make that putt already, so. Oh, man. That was a rare miss from Paige. All right, Sarah needs to buckle down. Hit the fairway here. No.
How do we play from over there?
Yeah, sounds like it's a deal. All right. After seeing those two, I think Missy's fine just to get past him out into the fairway. It's a hard birdie. It's a great 4, especially now that Paige and Sarah are both over in that mess. And looky here. Our group's playing exactly beside each other. This will come down to who kicked better between Paige and Sarah. This is what Paige is left with. That's a great shot. Got it out. Got it up. Great shot from Sarah as well. I think both those ladies a little bit fortunate to be able to have those windows out of the woods. And it's a great match play hole for them. So they're doing very similar things. So we see Missy moving left. Definitely good for that approach into the green. She threw that one almost exactly where she wanted it. This one fading out early. And we saw it yesterday. There are some skinny lines up into this green through the trees that you can see. We'll see if Hailey has that access. Yeah, good shot from Paige. See if Sarah matches. Looks like she got further on her second than Paige, so she's all the way up on the green. Advantage Sarah. And we know that Missy prefers to go to her backhand. It's just a very forehand friendly entry to this green, so she goes with it, doesn't execute, leaves herself about 80 feet from that basket. Paige giving it a little bid uphill. Knows she can run it. Still have a short comeback putt. Hailey is indeed looking at a skinny route up to this green. And there are routes, but they are not easy. Unable to access there, and now left with probably an even worse line with that tall grass, but well done from her. That's Missy up by the basket. Sarah for the win. Oh, that close sit. Wow. That close to a fantastic par is what it would have been. Paige now needs to hit this to make sure that she does not lose any ground to Sarah. Well, these ladies, these are no gimmies. Very sloped green. Sarah continues to be solid on the green. Moving on to hole 6. Definitely one of the more challenging holes out here. You can find yourself in trouble very easily. Lots of OB around the screen. You see those yellow stakes. Basket sitting on a knoll. Rollaways off of the green are something players need to be highly aware of. Playing it outright. Super smart play from Missy. Yep. Base of that hill. With a birdie putt that she'll know if she needs to run or not based on what Hailey does here. This needs to find some ground. Unfortunately does not. Look to be just a little bit left of ideal. And there's not much room over there. Hailey finding out of bounds, but she will have a par putt from inside the circle. This looks good from Paige. Lower than Hailey's. And oh my gosh, okay. That's the rollaway that we were talking about. Okay. Sarah edges circle 2. So that's going to be advantage Paige. See how aggressive Sarah gets. I think that she just hopes that Paige doesn't hit her putt. She's trying to lay this thing under the basket. That's smart play from there. Veteran Sarah Hokom there. She's saying, I'm fine taking the par. Let's see if you can and go 3 up in this match. Missy going to say something similar to Hailey. You already went out of bounds. Now I'm forcing you to make your putt. Paige to win the hole. Ooh, doesn't catch any metal, but doesn't go out of bounds either, as we didn't see the graphic. So looks like she'll probably be taking her par. Just keeping that 2-up lead on Sarah. Oh, great putt from Hailey to keep her match with Missy Gannon all square. That's a good side of the green to go out of bounds on, knowing that you're going to have an inside the circle bid at least for your par. Paige grabs up Hokom's disc, concedes that putt.
Hey guys, I'm Garrett from the Disc Barn, and this is Emmett. Let's call him co-owner. Here at the Disc Barn, we make sure every disc is taken care of during its stay. Once the disc arrives, we do our little glamour shot, then place them in a nice baggie to keep them safe from any damage. Once a disc is ordered, your disc will be pulled from our inventory, placed safely in a nice, cozy box at no extra cost. So go online today to thediscbarn.com. Shop all our recent restocks, browse your favorite brands, and even check out our apparel. We're excited to send some new plastic your way.
All right, we are back, hole 7, par 4, 765 feet, with an uphill green. It has an out-of-bounds green and an out-of-bounds bunker right beside the basket. So players are going to need to show some touch and some accuracy as they enter into this green. Paige Pierce will lead us off. She's got that 2-up lead, which is pretty strong as these are only 12-hole matches. Her disc finishing further left than she would have liked. A little bit lower or a little more turn would have left her higher on the hill, made that approach easier. She's definitely got the firepower to get it there, though. Sarah playing to a great spot in that fairway. We saw her throw one, I'd say 40 to 50 feet further than that yesterday. She got that trace to drift left and didn't really catch it just right today. Oh, I love this from Missy, making sure that she stays high on the hill. That's perfect height. Hailey not getting this disc over, and it's heading left hard now. Going downhill super quick. Catching the skip, that is all the way down the hill. Not what she was going for. That's a good shot from Sarah. Not going for the green, just putting herself up there to edge of circle 2, it looks like. So that's about a 340 to 50 foot shot from her. And I feel like Missy did this yesterday as well. Just made sure she didn't go out of bounds left or long on that bunker or green. It's not a bad place to play from. That's a great shot just to get herself into circle 2. Not a putt that you're going to want to get very aggressive with, though. So we'll see her choice there. Paige could have used a little more height, but that looks like edge of circle 1. So she's definitely got an advantage, looking to go 3 up if she makes that putt. Oh, yeah. Started to hear the gallery that is here on the grounds right there in the background after Missy's approach. Lots of people out here enjoying this disc golf, and it's beautiful to see. Sarah, once again, content to make Paige make her putt. That is not one you want to miss. Ooh. Paige, known for knowing exactly what her putters are doing the second she releases them, says get up. It's just enough, and she does take that 3-up lead on Sarah. Heading into the par 3 8th, this hole is 375 feet and does play a little bit uphill. Out of bounds green to the right of the basket and an out of bounds line left running the entirety of the hole. That's a good shot from Missy. Doesn't have quite enough power to get all the way to this basket, but does have the putting prowess to knock that one down. So we'll see how aggressive she wants to get on that high basket. Hailey does have the power to get into circle 1, displaying that flex perfectly. Oh, and this looks so good. Oh, yeah. Lots of ground roll there at the end. Kind of flirted with the OB line, but she's safe inside circle 1. And this is a tall ask from Sarah here. Puts herself right about 120 feet from the basket. Maybe a bit less. That's probably about right. Not thoroughly pleased with it, but Paige still has to make a putt to beat her. Good safe up from Missy. Now Hailey to win the hole, to go 1 up. Just a little low. Could have been those winds. Look at the branches in the background as Paige lines this up. Wow. 2 great putts on back-to-back holes for Paige, going 4 up now. If Sarah doesn't start winning holes immediately, she will no longer be playing disc golf today. Nice to see these girls joking around as they are in a heated battle for 10 grand here. Heading into hole 9, the best hole on the course if you're a spectator or if you just like watching discs fly. Super downhill, I'd estimate at 150 feet. So even though it's 555 feet, if these ladies get their angles right, each one of them possesses enough distance to get this disc to the basket. Main thing they don't want to do is land on that out of bounds green. This is exactly what Paige needed to do right now. Make sure she didn't make the out of bounds mistake, puts the pressure on Sarah. She's 4 up here with 3 holes left to play, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 4 holes left to play. That's Dormy. And Sarah must win this hole to continue playing. So essentially, she's got to throw that shot in there. Something around 100 to 125 feet. That's a good play from Missy. Not messing with that green at all. And it should be a standard approach from her. Hailey could, if she chooses to, get really aggressive here. And it doesn't look too bad. It's going to need to miss a little bit of trees. Oh, look at it go. Oh, my gosh. I was going to say she had enough to get over it. She definitely does. Unfortunately, she lands on it. So Missy Gannon, an up and down, would give her a lead in that match, assuming Hailey can't throw in from where she's at. And that thing looked to enter somewhere around edge of circle 2. This is not super simple, although as I say it, Missy makes it look so. Beautifully done from her. Pressure on Hailey now. Paige. Oh, really needed to get that one close to lock this thing up. Definitely in range, but there you see it. Hailey right at 64 feet. Not the bid she was looking for, and she'll go 1 down to Missy Gannon heading into hole 10. Wow. Paige not trying to give up any of the ground that she grabbed, closes that match out with Sarah Hokom. I mean, it was a display of great putting, huge tee shots, and Paige is on her way to $10,000.
A round of applause to the winner of this match, Paige Pierce. Missy Gannon and Hailey King will continue. Please head on over to hole 10.
All right, Paige locks that one up. Hailey King, Missy Gannon, still in a heated battle. Missy only 1 up, heading into hole 10, a par 4 at 510 feet with out of bounds left the entire way. So plenty of room for these players to play out right. We'll look for them to get max distance off the tee and then have right around 150 to 200 feet in for their approaches. Well done for Missy. Exactly what she needed. Something in play, putting the pressure on Hailey to need to come back and make up this deficit. Oh, Hailey thinking possibly 2 here. That was as big a run-up as I've ever seen from her. She's still right at 100, 110 feet. Much closer than Missy, who I'd say is closer to 200 feet, maybe 225. And she's pulled this one a little bit and left it short. That is outside circle one. Considering all the great shots we've seen thrown from Missy, that was a little bit loose. You know, as is this one from Hailey, not taking advantage of a loose shot from Missy, putting herself in a very similar position. I think she was just afraid to hang that forehand out over the out of bounds. Or at least that's what it looked like. So deadly is Missy from that range. Just a little low. Oh, and Hailey looked to have a high extension, but also just a little bit low. Neither of these ladies able to take advantage and grab the birdie on the pretty soft par 4 10th. Only 510 feet. I think if we gave them 10 more chances, they'd each get 8 plus. Heading into hole 11. This takes a bit of a tempered tee shot. Don't want to flirt with this out of bounds right that we're flying over right now. Something close to it is perfect. And then a righty backhand hyzer up the hill would be ideal for both of these ladies. And it's just a very uphill green. You got to make sure you get your height right. Throw an understable disc so that it will penetrate flip to flat and get you that distance up the hill. I mean, Missy placed that one exactly where she wanted. And that's much safer out of Hailey. Missy's got the advantage here as Hailey, by moving left, cut her angle off. And it's almost impossible to approach the green from here, but she's going to try. No, that is okay. I was going to say worst case scenario, but you see it there. She did kick inbounds. So if Missy can get this up and down, advantage her. Oh, what a shot from Missy. Oh, that is huge. Given the moment, given the circumstances, to step up like that and put her disc inside circle one really forces Hailey to need to give that one a bid there, knowing how good Missy is at putting. Missy will now have a putt to end this match. Oh, and it's not too far. Yep. She's not going to miss many of those, folks. Missy Gannon also heading in to face her good friend Paige Pierce in the finals. Winner taking home $10,000.
Ladies and gentlemen, moving on to the final round, Missy Gannon.
Yeah, we see great putters rise to the top in this format.
All right, and we're here with Missy Gannon and Paige Pierce. Guys, congratulations on the victory today. Missy, you had a tough matchup. Can you talk about your opponent, Hailey King, and what it means to come out on top?
Yeah, I just feel like she got one up on me early. It's similar to yesterday, same hole, everything. And then I got it back on 4. Again, same exact progression as yesterday. And then we just sort of kept making similar mistakes or, you know, the same kind of progression up the fairways. So I kind of let one up on her on 6. I wanted to run that putt, but she was OB, and so that was a push that maybe I wish I had gotten a point on, but glad that it ended up working out in the end.
And Paige, you birdied 5 of the 9 holes that you played today. Can you talk about how you're feeling out here at the Steel Club?
Yeah, it's a good course for me. It suits my strengths, and you know, I think the nose angle is very very important out here with the elevation and the wind, you know, being from Texas, so I'm pretty used to it. Yeah, I knew that I was going to have the advantage. It was just a matter of keeping it in bounds, and today I felt really confident off the tee.
And we know that you guys are good friends off the course. Can you talk to us a little bit about what it's going to be like playing one of your best friends for $10,000?
Yeah, honestly, this is a dream come true. I mean, me and Missy are very competitive with each other. I'm glad we're not playing cornhole this afternoon. And yeah, if we were supposed to talk trash in the press conference, and I would never talk trash to anybody except for Missy. So I think we're gonna have a lot of fun out there, and I think it's gonna be very exciting.
And Missy, can you talk to us a little bit about what you're going to have to do to best one of the best players in the world?
Well, you know, she didn't go be a lot the first round, so I'm hoping she will the second round. No, but I mean, I just have to play my game, and I might have to get aggressive, like maybe not lay up on a circle 2 putt on a mound. So we're just gonna see what happens, and it's gonna be fun either way.
Well, congratulations to you both for making it to the finals. We're all looking forward to your match. Let's go have lunch, and we'll see you for the afternoon round.
That sounds good.
Thank you to Nate Perkins for those post-round interviews. And as you heard there, we played the finals just shortly after this. They grabbed lunch and then they headed in to play each other. Don't miss that. That will also be on GK Pro. We'll be bringing you the $10,000 winner in that next video. So thank you guys for stopping in. This has been a GK production of the Disc Golf Pro Tour Match Play Championship here from Hellertown, Pennsylvania. My name is Luke Humphries. We'll see you on the next one.